Hello there, Ed Moses with Project Mindset. And why Project Mindset? Simple, because this is just a better way. And speaking of better ways, I wanted to talk to you today about the process of being creative. It's actually a very simple process if you utilize what I'm going to tell you about today. A lot of people don't go about creativity in the way that I'm going to explain to you. Many people just don't think to go this direction with their creative thoughts because they're so busy thinking with the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the ego mind. And if you know about the ego mind, it wants to control what you're thinking at all times. And, well, that's not always good, especially when you want to be creative, because the subconscious mind is your creative mind. And in order for your subconscious mind to bring you creative thoughts, you need to get the conscious mind out of the way. So, here's what you need to do. And this is what I do. I will take myself to a quiet room. You can do this outside, especially if it's nice outside, if you have a nice quiet place where you can just hear nature. If you're next to a busy highway, it probably isn't going to work for you. But what I do, especially now, it's cold outside, so I find a quiet room in my house. I keep the lights on, but I turn everything else off, and I will just sit silently. And I will put my focus on the sound that I pick up in that room, whatever sound I might hear. And I will concentrate on that sound, nothing else, and I will totally cut out the conscious mind thoughts, the egotistic thoughts that want to control what I'm doing at that time. And I will get to the point where I will think nothing. There will be nothing on my mind. I'll have a totally clear mind. And a lot of people think this, how could that possibly work? Well, it does work, because when you shut down that conscious mind and you're sitting there in that silence, it is actually the opportunity for that conscious mind to kick in. The conscious mind then kicks in and ideas start to come to you. What you will notice, though, is you will still have some ideas coming in from the conscious mind that you don't really want to use, that you don't really need, and they're actually in the way. You can simply ignore those thoughts. Just don't let them control you. So ignore those ideas that are coming from the conscious mind, and what you will find as you sit there in the silence, that some ideas will probably start flowing to you at some point. Sometimes they come faster than other times. And then from that point, what you will do is you will come up with some fantastic creative idea that you can actually utilize in, like for me, a blog. Because I blog every day if possible, and I shoot a video every day to go with my blog. And unless I'm traveling, but I try to be consistent. So this is what helps me. This is what helps kick my subconscious mind in and helps pull that creative thought in for me so that I have something to write about and talk to you about in the video. And the reason I like to do it this way is because when I'm doing a blog, what I have just wrote about is fresh in my mind. So then I can turn around and I can talk to you about what I have just blogged about. And it just flows better because it's just right there at the surface where I can actually talk to you. I'm not one of these guys that I don't use a cheat sheet when I do a video. I used to try that and I hate it because it doesn't sound right. It sounds like I'm reading to you and it's very impersonal, and I want to be personal with you. I want to talk to you. I don't want to be your teacher and read to you. But anyway, that is one way to come up with ideas, to be creative. And a very famous person that used to utilize that, and he probably still does, is Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones. He didn't do it in that exact manner, but here's what he did do. At night, when he slept, he had a pad of paper next to his bed, so that if he had one of those creative dreams, he would jump up and write this creative stuff down before he forgot it and go back to sleep. This is how he came up with a lot of great music that the Rolling Stones had performed over the years, just through his creative mind doing that, because at that time his conscious mind would have been shut down for the night, and his subconscious mind would have been, predominantly running the show, and that he knew. So his subconscious mind would create these great ideas for him. He knew they were great ideas. He'd write them down, and then he would work with that. Now, some other things that you can utilize to come up with ideas they're rather simple. Now, I'm a reader. I read books all the time. I mean, I have books everywhere. And what I found is, I can utilize like some book that I've read. I can take the ideas from that book, match it up with something I already do, and say, well, this is a good idea. I could utilize that with something I do, and then I can write about that and then tell you the story. Some other things I like to do is watch a lot of videos. I learn from videos. There's a lot of good videos out there, and I love to watch these videos because they are very educational. And I can also turn around and match it up with something I do, and again, write a blog about that, and shoot a video as well. So there's a couple other ideas that you can do, and I listen to people. I listen to a lot of people talk and find that interesting, and I learn from, just from listening a lot of times. So, so essentially, the creative ideas will never run out as long as you are constantly allowing that subconscious mind to be your creative path. And you will find what you need to write about, to create whatever it is that you need this creativity for. That is what the subconscious mind is for. So, but anyway, I am Ed Moses with Project Mindset. And why Project Mindset? Because it is simple. It is just a better way. I enjoyed making this video for you, and hope that you found it to be educational and useful for you in some way. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye now.